They talk about loud outs, and they talk about expected WOBA and contact, and it's not good. Now, Boog and I talked about it when we were out at Wrigley on Friday, and I watched the Brewers be in attack mode.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I watched them get after him. Now, we discussed it. I just said that was sort of like a Mark Burley plan. This guy's going to be around the plate, does not have overwhelming stuff. He is a guy who's going to try to upset your timing. Going to work quickly. He's going to move it around the quadrants. But he's going to, where some of this is going to be. And like I said before, if it's not overwhelming velocity and the splitter's coming, move a little up in the box. I don't know if they did that, but that is something that is sometimes taught. And I want to go back to the pregame. I want to go back to Craig Counsell, Studs, in the pregame, when Counsell was talking about what the Brewers did against Shota.
He's used his other stuff really appropriately and kind of in the right way. And I would go back to the same. I think he did that in the Milwaukee game as well. Look, he made some mistakes. They got hit. He's made mistakes in previous games that haven't got hit, and that's what the other side's trying to do. They got some pitches hit. They also did a good job. They hit some pitches they hit some good pitches too. And if Shota hits that top line of the strike zone and with a 2-strike fastball and they get a hit off it, that's good hitting.
Yep. So it's kind of in between. I think he played both sides of that, where Shota can make some mistakes. And that's when, remember early in the year when I mentioned that I was worried as the weather got warmer and the wind changed, because we saw some of those quote-unquote mistakes
Die on the track.
Be hit hard and get caught, or be right at somebody. But those matter too, even though they're recorded as outs. Like that stuff matters. And I was worried about this.
I will say, though, that the other thing that I would add into this conversation about Shota is the pitching after the error is not easy. Those are unearned runs that we're talking about.
How about his reaction to Morel?
I thought it was great.
That's a good teammate.
I thought
man.
that was really good teammate stuff from Shota. He knows that this guy is dealing with a confidence issue. He's been a professional for a really long time, and I thought it was great. But you still have to then pitch over it, and that's difficult too. And remember, like, there was a little bit of a delay because they were trying to figure out the ground rules on the ball going underneath, like near the camera well. So he had to get composure and focus back, and it seemed like he was missing it at that point, along with missing the spot and not having great velocity.
What was the explanation on why that was considered out of play?
I think maybe because you couldn't get to it. It was kind of stuck underneath there.
I know there is a rule about the ball coming to rest, but if I would love to hear exactly how it was explained.
Yeah, because I think Dansby, if I remember correctly, seeing this, I think it was Dansby that walked over and grabbed the ball. Like, it wasn't actually stuck, obviously.
Right.
But that's a great question.
But that happens too with the Ivy.
Right.
Where you can kind of see it, and you could, if you wanted to, you could grab it.
But the
smart play is to put your hands up.
Yep.
In the air and wave them like you just don't care.
Hey.
If you got on clean underwear, somebody say, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
That wouldn't be me.
Awesome.
Your CVS underwear isn't clean, Dan. Damn it.
I mean, I guess relatively. I mean, anything I've had on for a certain period of time is probably already befouled.
So Shota's ERA doesn't go haywire. It goes up a tick. But yes, the peripherals don't seem great. The hard hit balls, all of the contact. It's people are getting wise to what it is that he's trying to do. It's important to point out, though, he did still have 6 strikeouts. So it wasn't all a disaster.
No, he's not all of a sudden bad. This is just a regression to the mean. We're going to find out what did I say a month ago? That if by the end of the year
we're talking like 3.9 ERA,
his ERA is 3.5 or something. You're talking about really good.
It's a good year.
His ERA is at 1.88. His expected fielder independent pitching is 3.33.
Yeah.
That's a big spread, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, still pretty
terrible.
good.
Yeah.
I thought Chris Flexen was really good yesterday too.
They got some depth on the breaking ball that I hadn't seen.
It to me, it was more than just that. I thought that his pitch mix yesterday, he kept the Cubs hitters off balance, and that I was a little surprised to see him come back after the delay. Like that shocked me.
Shocked me too.
It's not.
He was getting hit hard too.
I mean, I was like, oh, that's. And then like the first ball got hit, I was like, oh. But it's not like they have great choices. So maybe Pedro was like, this is our best choice. He's pitching well. We have a lead. Let's try and get him a win. I feel like that was probably the conversation inside of the Sox clubhouse.
You know how I feel about that.
I feel similarly about it, but that's still a something in baseball.
And don't look now, but Ian Happ's WRC plus is 113.
Yeah, you talk about someone who's barreling the ball up. Ian's getting good look. And he told us 2 weeks ago that that it was getting ready to happen, and he's been right. That he has to stay that way. They need him to be a consistent doubles machine.
I'd like to see. I'd like to add
double machine.
No, that was
bases
Angel Reese. She had the double last night, and then got the double technicals. And then they got her basketball information, sent